Good morning or afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Sports Talk Network here with breaking news. Ezekiel Elliott being granted a stay and being able to play here in their upcoming week 9 matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs. I want to read it here verbatim from ESPN.com in the story that, again, just broke about an hour and a half on ESPN. Actually, I was watching First Take, and that's where it officially broke. They're on ESPN and ESPN2 as well. It says here verbatim, the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals has granted a request for an administrative stay to the NFL Players Association on behalf of Dallas Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott. The decision means that Elliott's 6-game suspension is on hold once again, and he is eligible to play Week 9 this Sunday against the Kansas City Chiefs. It says a brief order does not constitute a resolution on the merits of the court case. It's all right. Early next week, they will meeting and see if Elliott's suspension will be starting on Week 10. The Cowboys are 4-3 and are in second place in the NFC East currently. Elliott could still start serving the suspension as early as Week 10, if next week's ruling is not in his favor, as I said. So this song and dance has been going on back and forth, and I guess it's good for me, good for other YouTubers, good for people in sports broadcasting to talk about now each and every time. Then again, if we don't, especially for actual podcasting or actual radio shows that talk about it almost every day in their own right, which is fine. I would too. Maybe not for as long as I would today, because today with each breaking news, you talk about more and more in depth, and you wonder when will this song and dance, this roller coaster ride, even for me as a non-Cowboys fan, as an NFL fans, back fan, this and that, that's just been sick and tired of it, wanting Ezekiel to sit those games, be out those weeks, and not play those games, and see how the Dallas Cowboys do, and go from there. I mean, I know I've talked about my other videos, my other breaking news videos about Ezekiel Elliott, about what I don't like him in some of his bravado, ego, and otherwise. But here I wanted to stay on the merits and basis of the actual suspension itself and how I think it affecting the Dallas Cowboys more negatively than positively. And I don't mean just negatively in the fact of him being away for the 6 weeks. I think it's affecting them negatively even during this saga as it's been continuing since the start of the season, since the suspension was handed down in the first place. And again, let's remember the main issue or the main thing over all of this is why he was suspended for the 6 games, why he should have been suspended for the whole gosh darn year if I was the commissioner of the NFL, domestic violence. And our report has reminded us, but she has not been officially charged with, and there's no pending court case in that regard yet at this time. But alleged domestic violence against a woman, not tolerated, zero tolerance, should be out for the season. I wouldn't say being expelled from the league, but I would say at least suspended for the entire season and have that message be told not to just to Ezekiel Elliott himself, because he still needs to grow up and stop acting like a dang child. But to the whole NFL league, to all of their players, to know that this is not acceptable. And most, basic societal thinking should tell you that that's not acceptable, period. But for Ezekiel Elliott specifically and as an individual, I think he needs maybe to get some counseling or some help in that matter. I think his ego gets in the way, bravado, thinking he can do whatever he dang well pleases and nothing can affect him and whatever, when no, it's not really work. You're not above the law. No one is. Not even police chiefs, their own self. They do something wrong, illegal, and in anything, let alone domestic violence, they're going to get in trouble too. They'll be arrested by one of their cops, one of their officers, right? Presidents, police chiefs, and districts. It's no one truly is above the law. That's why the law is in place to govern all citizens. And technically, even as President of the United States, Donald Trump, is a citizen of the United States. So all citizens governed by the law of the land, the law of the nation. The United States, other countries, so forth and so forth. But I think that's been getting away from the story. At least I know it has for myself. So I'm not saying it's just others. I know the last other videos I did for breaking news, I've focused so much on the football aspect of it, which it's right to talk about that, but you also have to remember the other side of it. To be quite honest, the bigger, more important, real side of this situation involving Ezekiel Elliott is being that he got the 6-game suspension for domestic violence or alleged domestic violence against a woman. So let's not totally forget that. Yes, we can talk about the football part of it and how it'll affect Dallas and will they go winless when he's gone, whenever that finally happens, and this and that. And I probably will continue to talk about that side. But I also will try my best to remember to, and to also do, not just remembering to, but actual bringing it up while live on air. When I do a video on Ezekiel Elliott or on my NFL podcast, Talking Packers with Steve, every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central, here on this very channel. Talking about that more seriously, the actual truth set, the real number one thing that should be talked about before talking about the football play in that aspect is the domestic violence charge and Ezekiel Elliott needing to be reformed, to grow up, pretty much. The kid needs to grow the heck up. That's just me. But you all are welcome to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts as well. You can tweet me at army_strong_06 or at talking_Packers, which is my Twitter handle for my NFL podcast specifically. But beyond that, I don't have too much else to say. I'm looking forward to seeing what the breaking news next week will be, right? There's going to be another breaking news. So I'll be back here with another breaking news having to do with Ezekiel Elliott, running back for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, where do I see things going for Dallas if he actually just starts playing, doing the suspension? I think about it, there's 6 games in the suspension. There's 8 games left, I think, for the Dallas Cowboys as we are at the midpoint in the season before the Sunday games kick off officially. Here in the break between 8 and 9 is the official true midpoint of the 2017 season, or just any season. It might get to a point where his 6-game suspension is the final 6 games of the season. He doesn't want to run into a situation where, okay, he still keeps getting these stays, stays, administrative stays. There, I had to find the official word for it. Anyways, these administrative stays to play and being eligible each week, with a point where he might have to serve a suspension into the playoffs, and he doesn't want to do that, affecting his team. But he also still has to serve the suspension because he needs to sit these games. We don't need to bloviate his ego for him winning this case overall, because he is in the wrong. You can try to vote and save that and his name, but I don't think it's going to save him anytime soon. I think this suspension should start at week 10. If it doesn't start at week 10, and if it starts later, then he's just being, again, egotistical, not thinking about his teammates, and not thinking of that aspect as well. Thinking about the victim, thinking about teammates, spitting all their faces. If he keeps fighting it past week 10. Because now you're affecting the Dallas Cowboys in their playoff positioning and playoff games. They do so make the playoffs. And you're also that you've been accused of domestic violence by not serving your suspension, quote unquote, taking your medicine and going from there. But just wanted to share my thoughts on that. Also, we're having another video here later on, breaking news talking about Deshaun Watson. But thank you everybody that watched live and archive. Welcome to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the rest of your day. Like I said, I'll be back here shortly with Deshaun Watson breaking news and aspect on that, dealing with the Houston Texans. Also, I got my Riverdale review video episode coming up today, and Life in Pieces, my first there for season 3 premiere for Life in Pieces on CBS. So every Thursday I'll be having those videos. So 4 videos coming out today. Here soon. But above all else, as always, take care.